Hi there, Richard Matharoo here. So there's only really four items you need to have on your to-do list when it comes to building a successful network marketing business. It's so easy to get overcomplicated, lost, confused. Let's just distill it down to the basics of what are actually going to move the needle and create sales and signups in your network marketing business. I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So let's dive into these four areas. I don't like wasting time. Let's just kind of get straight in there. Number one, what you must do is generate quality leads on a daily basis. That means people who do not know who you are. They don't know your name. They don't know your business. You are able to have them come to you and say, hey, I would like to know more. Now, this can be face-to-face. Maybe they shoot you a call, a text, an email, or it can be something that you use online, such as a lead capture form where people enter their information and it pops up in your autoresponder or inbox or something like that. But whatever your decision is on how you're going to build your business, it doesn't matter about your compensation plan, your company, your product. I'm sure they're all great. But what does it matter if no one ever actually gets to see those things? Without generating that interest, then you're never going to get to show them those resources, right? And also, you want to have them come to you. You can go out there into the street and knock on doors and say, hey, do you want to take a look at my business? Hey, do you want to take a look at my business? I don't really classify those as leads. These are people we've cajoled, we've kind of pressured into saying, oh, okay, then if it gets rid of you. That's not the same energy and conversion as someone who's like, hey, I really want to know more. So ask yourself which method are you using right now and address that, number one. Number two, you need to then convert that interest. When someone said, yes, I'm interested, you need to have a system that converts those people, that interest, into actual sales and signups. I know what it's like. When I first started, like 328 people in a row told me no. And I invited over 1,000. So that means like nearly 700 people said, I don't even want to take a look. So when the first person was like, yeah, I'll take a look at a presentation, I was like, what? Like dropping all my papers and dropping all my pens. And I was like, are you sure? You know, we don't really know what to do. So be prepared before you even invite somebody, before you even generate the lead. You know why? When you feel confident that you have got a presentation, a system, a tool, a webinar, whatever you decide, a meeting, whatever you decide to use, when you're confident in the ability of that resource to convert interest into actual sales and signups, you'll actually generate way more leads. You know why? Think about it. If right now that you had a presentation and you're not really confident you could sign somebody up with it, or it isn't the best work you've done, you kind of distance your prospects from seeing it, right? I don't really want them to say no. They're bound to say no because this isn't really any good. So if you address that presentation, if you have that system down where you convert that interest, you're more energized. You're like, I want to go generate some leads. I want to put them in front of this great presentation, right? So that's step number two, the conversion of the interest that you've generated. Step number three is using leverage to systemize those first two. It isn't much fun. Believe me, I've done this, where you create a big network marketing team, the money's coming in, that's fun, but then your phone is ringing every 2 minutes. You're the only person, the only guy or girl that everybody comes to for a presentation, for a three-way call, for a decision, for support. They don't use the resources available because you've built it that way. And also in terms of your own personal growth, looking beyond those things. How are you ever going to join the ranks of people like on the beach or in the mountains or just even having some free time if the second you stop prospecting, the second you stop working on conversions, your team falls to pieces? Think about some of the leaders that you'll see, maybe even in your company. I know I see them all around me. They're my clients. They come and they say, Richard, you know, I'm building this huge team, but it all relies on me. If I stop doing meeting after meeting after meeting, hotel room after hotel room after hotel room, then nobody else is really sponsoring anybody. You can't really rely on duplication. It's nice and we can do things to create it. Perhaps on another video I'll discuss that. But in order for you to take control of the basics of growing and being on control of your own income in MLM, you must be able to generate that interest and convert that interest in a leveraged way that doesn't require your physical input. Otherwise, when is the difference between that and a day job? There isn't. The business owns you, you don't it. So I like to suggest something here such as an automated webinar, such as a lead capture system, such as something where you can point marketing such as say YouTube or content videos out there like this one, which will then capture information and point people towards the right places. You can take a look at let me think, richardmatharoo.com/CF trial. That's the same system I use to automate these two things I just mentioned, if you're interested in kind of taking that step. The fourth thing that I want to mention, so we've got lead generation, conversions, and we've got leverage using systems for those first two, is your skill acquisition. Right now, there'll be gaps in what you're doing. There'll be, maybe you're not very good at communication, right? Maybe I'm an introvert naturally. It took me a lot to get in front of the camera years ago, but I understood that that was going to form part of my lead generation. So I bought courses. I went to events. I aligned myself with connections who were great at video marketing and bought that course and took that coaching and started to practice this and get better at it, right? You might be saying, well, he's not that good now, but I'm adequate, right? Still, I'm comfortable. I'm confident. If you saw my first video, I was like, okay, here's Richard. You're going to want to join my team. I'm like, okay, he's selling drugs. What's he doing? So I've come a long way because I understood my weak link and started to plug that weak link and improve it. Where are you weak right now? What could really stop holding you back if you could solve it in terms of your network marketing business? Is it a fear of failure? Is it a lead generation skills? Is it taking your business online? Is it closing? Is it just confidence in speaking and reaching out to people? Find the solution for that problem by getting coaching, buying courses, reading books. Don't just turn your back on it. It's just going to grow bigger. When you put these four things in place, what have you got? You've got you as a person increasing your value, taking extra skills with you wherever you go, getting better in every area. You've got new people being found every day, knocking on your door virtually or physically saying, I want to know more. You have a competent way of converting that interest into actual sales and signups, which is cha-ching, where you get paid. And when you leverage those things, you can do whatever the heck you like and your business is going to grow with or without you, with or without duplication, with or without your time. And that's why you're really here. So if you want to kind of look at how I did all of that, I know I give you a resource for that one online section, but if you want to know how to put something like that together in its entirety, you can go to richardmatharoo.com/webinar. I'll put the link across here. That's how I sponsored over 700 people, having failed with 328 no's in 3 different companies in a row. The light bulb came on, I found what worked, and I teach it to you at that webinar. As always, go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires than excuses. I hope you got some real value from this. If you did like the video, stick me a comment. I'm happy to answer your additional questions. Have a fantastic day. Bye for now.